One man looked at the sky. Everyone else looked at books. One man asked questions. Everyone else followed rules. And because he looked carefully, the world was never the same again. This is the story of Galileo Galilei. Galileo lived a long time ago, in a time when people were afraid to ask questions. Back then, people believed something just because important people said it was true. Galileo believed something different. He believed that you should look for yourself. When Galileo was young, people believed that the earth never moved. They believed the sun went around the earth. Not because they checked, but because books said so. Galileo was curious. He liked to watch things. He liked to think. One day he heard about a new tool called a telescope. Instead of just reading about the sky, Galileo decided to look at it, and what he saw surprised him. He saw that the moon was not smooth. It had mountains and shadows. He saw dark spots on the sun. He saw small moons moving around Jupiter. This made him think, if these moons move around Jupiter, he wondered, maybe not everything moves around Earth. This was a big idea, a dangerous idea, because important people did not like it. They said, books say the Earth is the center, so it must be true. Galileo said something simple: let us look. He did not shout. He did not fight. He showed people what he saw, but many people did not want to look. They were scared. They believed that asking questions was wrong. Galileo believed asking questions was necessary. He believed nature tells the truth. People can make mistakes, books can be wrong, but the sky does not lie. Galileo kept studying. He wrote clearly so normal people could understand. This made powerful people angry. They said Galileo was dangerous. Not because he was mean, but because he was honest. Galileo was told to stop talking about his ideas. He was told to say he was wrong. He was scared. He was old, so he stayed quiet. But inside his heart, he still knew the truth. The earth still moved. And the sky stayed the same. Years later, people finally understood. Galileo was right. The earth moves around the sun. Today, children learn this in school, but once one man was punished for saying it. Galileo teaches us many simple lessons. He teaches us that asking questions is not bad. He teaches us that looking carefully is important. He teaches us that just because many people believe something does not mean it is true. He also teaches us courage. Courage does not mean shouting. Courage means staying honest even when you feel alone. Galileo was lonely, but he was right. He reminds us that learning starts when we are curious, and that the world changes because someone asked, is this really true? Even today, people sometimes believe things without checking. They follow trends. They follow crowds. Galileo reminds us to think, to look, to ask, to learn. If you don't understand something, it is okay to ask. If something feels wrong, it is okay to think again. That is how learning grows. Galileo did not try to be famous. He only wanted to understand the sky. And because he looked carefully, the whole world learned to look too. So remember, look carefully, ask questions, and never be afraid to learn. Because the world changes when someone is brave enough to look for the truth. If this changed the way you think, subscribe for more mind-expanding content.